Hey guys, I just wanted to do my review for Legends of Tomorrow, Season 1, Episode 14, River of Time. So the team's discussing what to do with Vandal Savage. The rogues just think they should outright kill him, and just figuring and point out the fact that even though Carter can reincarnate, that they shouldn't have to worry about Savage using him as leverage against Kendra and the rest of the team. And when Kendra points out, oh, we should just kill Savage and leave Carter brainwashed and die or whatever, and he gives a blunt yes, but it's never brought up ever again. And so Ray and Jax tell Rip that they have evidence that Savage was using technology for his robot, Leviathan. That's years advanced. The technology is way beyond anything from 2166, and Rip gets excited, saying that this could be used as evidence that he was to bring Savage into custody to the Time Masters, and that he was that Savage was manipulating time. And Rip goes down to talk to him in the brig and realizes that Savage has been traveling through time, which is why he hasn't only been able to track him at certain time periods, and not throughout all of time. And I feel like this is the point in the episode where Rip wasn't asking enough questions, like how to get the time travel technology, like who's been helping him, and this is should have been putting two and two together and realizing that the Time Masters were in league with him at this point, and it never dawned on him until it was too late, in which he brought Savage to the Time Council, and then this Time Council, and they ended up just instead of arresting Savage, they set him free and arrested the team instead. So during the episode, various people go down to talk to Savage and become easily manipulated by him. Sarah, who, even though he doesn't come out, I don't know why he wouldn't come right out and say how Laurel was killed during the events of Arrow, and when he mentioned that Rip would put his own family ahead of hers, or just like the team, his own family ahead of the team. And when she goes back up to talk to Rip in his study, he admits that maybe he's not completely wrong. Rip says that because he was pushing the ship beyond its limits, in spite of the fact that it was damaged to get to the vanishing point, that he sent Jax down to the auxiliary area to repair the time drive, since it was drained from helping Ray during his battle with the Leviathan. And he gets hit with this and he got hit with temporal radiation, which causes him to age rapidly, and which would cause him to die of old age. And Rip says that he probably knew the risk because he was afraid to go down there because he knew the risk. And Sarah gets disgusted and points out that he really is willing to. He needs to be around to save his own family, so that's why he's risking other people's lives rather than his own. And so she storms out, and then when Ray and Kendra tried to undo the brainwashing on Carter, who I can't believe, I'll get into that later. They try showing him a picture of Professor Boardman, and Kendra gets too close, and Carter almost kills her. So Ray punches him out. He goes to talk to Savage about how to unlock Carter's mind from the brainwashing. He talks about how, we have something in common. We both love Kendra, and Carter stole her away from us. And when he brings up his fiance, Ray storms out and has a flashback to when he was talking to Felicity before he left on his trip, before he left on the Wave Rider to go fight Savage, and he said, "I'm going on to save the world, not fall in love." And Felicity reminds him that he has people to come back to and a life to come back to. Also, And then, of course, he goes to see Kendra reciting the love poem to Carter and caressing his face, and Ray just decides to break things off, and he says that, unless you can tell me that I'm not just a placeholder for a Carter, just give me a reason why I shouldn't give this relationship a chance. She's silent, and so he storms off, and one, thank God, because their relationship was bullshit, but also the fact that she's so dependent on Carter and can't move on from him. It doesn't look like, star-crossed lovers or anything like that you would get behind. It just makes Kendra look weak-willed and like she's dependent on a man, and it's just kind of a hindrance to her character. But, Mark Guggenheim works on this, so can't be too surprised. Another flashback was also to... there were other flashbacks that didn't, contribute as much to the story, but they kind of address plot lines, as you see in the picture next to me, Sarah did go to visit Nyssa and Nanda Parbat after she got re-ensouled, and before she left on the trip to the Wave Rider, just so she would know that she was okay, and she was going to find a way to get her out of here, help her escape, but Nyssa just says that she should go on and live her life and not be burdened by her past, and that, she accepts the consequences of her actions. And they part ways, which kind of addresses why Sarah was so eager to hook up with the nurse back in the Night of the Hawk. But it also adds this continuity error, because it seems like I got the impression that Nyssa was unaware of Sarah's status and whereabouts while she was in Nanda Parbat, because Laura had to be the one to explain that, oh, Sarah's fine, she's whole again, I think she's happy. Weird. And there's a flashback by Stein to talking to his wife, I guess from the season 1 finale of The Flash, about time travel, and because after talking with Savage, and Savage trying to give him the idea of using Carter's blood to give him immortality and save Jax the way he did for his cult followers back in the 70s, he decides that, that traveling through time would be able to reverse Jack's condition, so he sends him onto the jump ship against his will by drugging him again to save his life, which pisses off the Rogues because they just had enough of all the drama on the ship and they just wanted to take the jump ship back to 2016, but now they're stuck on the ship. And of course, because of the damage to the ship, well, actually not because of the damage to the ship, Ray gets so pissed off that he goes and tries to beat the crap out of Savage, and he uses the opportunity to escape. And during the whole battle, he knocks everybody out and almost kills Kendra, but it was the fact that he was going to do so that awakened Kendra's memories, and Carter's memories, and he starts fighting Savage until Savage stabs him, and then Rip goes and takes a laser for Kendra that was meant to kill her, and then Savage is recaptured while Sarah pilots the Wave Rider to the Vanishing Point, which they're taken on board by a tractor beam. It almost looks like a space base, and Rip tries to present his evidence to the Time Masters about Savage manipulating the timeline, and then that's when they reveal their allegiance to Rip as his rule of Earth being a long-term necessity. And so the team's arrested, and Rip's locked up in a prison. It's kind of Savage talks about how he was in a similar situation back in ancient Egypt when he first tried to kill Savage and failed, but now he won't be. There's no pens with the topless girls, where the girl's top comes off when you turn it upside down to get him out of it, and that he's going to be happy to go kill his family when he returns to Earth. So that was the episode. It was kind of like a little bit of filler, but not as egregious as progeny. It did address some. It had some nice character moments, and addressed some plot holes in the show. But I'm just kind of waiting to see, where it goes from here, and hopefully it'll end on a strong note. So, what do you guys think of the episode? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.